Oh, what is up, guys? I don't know. I was almost not gonna shoot this today because I just hate the lighting. It's just so freaking gray outside. This whole week's been gray. It's fucking January, man. It's the worst. I'm gonna dive into Adele's music. I've heard a couple. Let me just count these ones I've heard. 2 or 3 on this album. Just when the ones that got really big, Hello, and I think When We Were Young also got really big. Let's just get into this first track, Hello. Who hasn't heard this?
Hello, can you hear me? Between us and a million from the outside.
Honestly, the song is amazing. The music video to it as well. That got me. I know SNL made fun of it, but it was a really cool video. Send My Love to Your New Lover is the next track.
That was what you told me.
It just sounds effortless for her.
Send my love to your new lover.
Hey.
Send my love to your new lover. Treat her down. I'm giving you up. I'm forgiving you. To your new lover. Treat her gotta let go.
So Hello started out with like it sounded remorseful for things that went on, and she was saying at least I tried to get in touch with you and at least I tried to resolve things. And now the second track, it's continues with that theme of I'm moving on, so tell your next girl like I'm happy for you guys, treat her good. And she's moving on, but the second track sounds more like she's moving on. The first track sounds like I'm sad that what we had is over. So the second track sounded different in that it was like it was like emotional clarity where it was over. So just good luck. But what gets me is this next track's called I Miss You. So is she over it, this person? Oh.
Every single piece of you, I want your heaven and your oceans too. Me back to life to see your body spinning over me, baby.
I'm not a fan of those background vocals.
Let's go down.
Everything else in this track works. Okay, so she's not over him fully like she sounded in track 2, or like she said in track 2. I'm gonna pause it real quick. So it sounds like, and I'm just following the thread of her relationship, it's over. He's clearly moved on. He's got another girl, but it's taking her a little while. She finally gets that in Send My Love, but there are moments like when the lights go out, there are just like tiny moments where she really, really, really wants to be back with him. So I think that it's pretty relatable that everyone has that, where you go through a breakup, the other person's moving on, and you're trying to as well, but there are moments that you just kind of are overwhelmed and you just want to be back with that person. So she's capturing that very well here.
Let's go down.
Alright, When We Were Young, I'm not sure if I've heard this before. I'll tell you as soon as we get into it.
From the way you talk
I haven't heard this yet.
to the way you move.
I was thinking on The Killers, I think, When We Were Young.
Everybody, 'cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're some. My God, this reminds me
Ah,
of when we were young.
I'm getting chills, so I'm gonna put a sweatshirt on.
It was just like a song.
Nope, still getting chills.
Getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie.
Okay, these background vocals I like.
It was just like a
Alright, she's admitting to herself that she still cares, and she's hoping that he does too.
God, this reminds me.
That was gorgeous. Next track is Remedy. Oh man, this project is just so packed with emotion.
Every story has its scars, but when the pain cuts you deep, we'll see that I will be remedy. When the pain cuts you deep, and when the night keeps you from sleeping, your remedy.
Oh, that one hit me in my feels. You know how piano really makes a track better for me? Not only piano, but then you have Adele putting that much emotion into a song. I don't know that I said a single word during that track. It was emotional, alright? Water Under the Bridge. Ooh. So she's saying there's still something between us. Don't lie to yourself. There's something. I was wondering what she was gonna do with this track called Water Under the Bridge. Because Water Under the Bridge is like in the past, it's in the past. She's saying our love isn't in the past, it's still going on. So she's saying she feels empty with another person. She's kind of using the River Lee as a metaphor, saying she can't go back to the River Lee because that was in her childhood, but it's in her roots. The metaphor is that there's a river in her childhood called the River Lee that she used to go to and she can't go back anymore. That's related to the relationship that she had. And she's with someone else now, and she's basically apologizing in advance for saying that the River Lee or this past relationship is in her so deeply, it's in her veins, in her roots, and it's coming out of her fingertips. That's how deep inside of her it is. No. So she wants to apologize, she wants to say it now because she knows it's going to be a problem in the future for the relationship she's in now. So she's going to apologize now for that being a part of her because it's not going away. So it's a really cool concept. Love in the Dark is the next track.
But I can't stay this time 'cause I don't love you anymore. Love you in the dark.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it real quick, and I'm just picking up something. I'm not sure if she's talking about talking to the guy she's with now or the guy she was with back then. I think she's talking to the guy she's with now and saying, I can't love you in the dark. And earlier in I Miss You, I think she said that, like, when the lights go out, I need you, basically, or I miss you. And now she's saying, I can't love you in the dark. So I'm wondering if those two threads intertwine or not. I gotta figure out who she's talking to. This is killing her to do this to someone else. Far and away my favorite track on the album. The amount of emotion that she put into that, it was overwhelming. And I was trying to pick up the story and that kind of saved me from getting too deep into the emotional bag. I think she was talking to the new boyfriend or the new person, saying, and it's killing her in order to like break up with him. She doesn't want him to try to stop her. She doesn't even want him to look at her while she leaves because she's not strong enough to do that to another person. The idea of I can't love you in the dark, and she mentioned, I think on track 3, like when the lights go off, I miss you. So when it's dark, she still loves that first person, and in this track she's saying I can't love you in the dark because I'm still in love with the other person. Let's get into this next track. It's called Million Years Ago. Oh, and the fact that she brought like an orchestra with her was pretty fucking cool.
I only want
She sounds good over everything. Just guitars, just drums, an orchestra. She's so versatile.
I just feel it's only me who can stand the reflection that they see. I wish I could. And I walk around all of the streets where I grew up and found my feet. I to think of things to say, like a joke or a memory, but they don't.
Everyone romanticizes fame, and everybody tries to achieve fame. And Adele, and it's difficult to complain once you have fame, but Adele she can't have normal conversations with people anymore because she's Adele, and people will treat her differently. So she's trying to think of a memory or think of a joke to try to ease the nerves of everyone else because they can't treat her as like another person. And she can't even look up at the sky. And I may be picking this up, but like life is flashing by, and she's like staring at the ground, and she wants to look at the sky instead. But I'm thinking like camera flashes, like you don't see like people that are getting paparazzi. They're not looking up at the sky. They're trying to like stay down, stay in my lane, and then try to get out of there as quick as possible. So maybe that flashing with flashing cameras, maybe that was something, maybe not. And also the idea of her life is just kind of going by, and she's not really who she wants to be. And she's chronicling her life by her albums, 21, 25. So she's just kind of aging through her albums, and that's kind of how we're seeing her as well. It's just kind of the progression of her music. And not only are we seeing that, that's kind of how she's seeing it. And she wants to kind of live more. But not only is the paparazzi and the fame kind of affecting her life, she's watching her life pass by the same way we are, just kind of through albums and through music. So it's really freaking cool how she's chronicling this. It's not cool what's happening to her, because there are a lot of people that are in her shoes or in her mindset, I suppose, where like life just hasn't gone the way that they wanted it to, and it's difficult to just watch time roll by and nothing changes, or your life just continues to go in a way that you hadn't hoped it would. All I ask is the next track. Only 2 left. Give me a memory I can use. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. She's worried that she's never gonna find love again. And she just wants to cling, and that's why she wants a memory. Just so that she has something to cling to. Okay. Sweetest Devotion, final track.
That tears down my walls. I wasn't ready then. I'm ready now. I'm heading straight for you.
This feels like the closing, the last 5 minutes of a movie where the girl realizes she loves the guy and she runs to him. What a way to end the project. You know, the whole time I was wondering if she was gonna, because I thought she was having a child and she was with somebody at that point. So I was wondering how that person would feel listening to this whole album of her just pining for someone, saying, I don't want anyone else but this one person. And now she says it here in the final track. She was frozen, like she was stuck in a spot, and then he hit her like an explosion and just knocked her off her feet. And it feels like home finally. It feels like she found love again, which is like a really cool final closing track just to wrap the whole thing up. It wasn't like a transitionary thing. It was like 10 tracks. And that's kind of how it is, I think, in real life, is just 10 tracks of just like pining over someone. Sorry, you're just not the one because I'm still in love with that other one. And then she's worried she's never going to find love again. And it was just so deep with the first guy. One track. And that's all it took. It was just one moment, one meeting, and everything just kind of turns in her life. And I think she felt like she was just stuck in place, frozen, watching time go by. And then now this guy hits her and she can kind of start moving forward again. Thematically, everything worked really well on this album. A few tracks really hit me. I Miss You, Remedy, All I Ask. A couple of the other ones too. I can see the accolades that she receives. They're well deserved. Her voice, I didn't comment on it a lot. Over every instrument, she sounds perfect over. I don't know that there is a beat or a style of music that she couldn't sound amazing on. And